love the Quran. The Muslims have beat the Christians again. It's talking about how in the ancient world, slavery was a very common practice that was practiced in many religions, but Islam was the first religion to basically like say slavery is bad. And it says that Islam opened the door for ending slavery by making it an act of charity to free slaves. And then it says that many sins, such as breaking one's oath and unintentionally killing somebody or having sex with your wife during Ramadan, can be atoned by freeing a slave. According to Islamic teachings, no free person can be enslaved. Islam also improved the condition of slaves. It is unlawful to separate a mother from her child. Children born to a slave master were deemed freed, and their mother would gain her freedom upon the death of her master. Also, Prophet Muhammad says that to feed them from what you eat, clothe them from what you wear, and do not overwhelm them with work unless you assist them. He also says, whoever kills his slave will be killed, and whoever injures his slave will be injured. So, because let me tell you, I live in America, and last time I read a history book, that is not the flow that the Christians have been on. So, another thing I really appreciate about the Quran versus the Bible is that I feel like when I was growing up Christian, I feel like a lot of things I heard was like, if you sin, you need to pray to God and you need to ask for forgiveness. If you sin, you need to go to confessional and confess your sin and ask for forgiveness. You need to confess and ask for forgiveness, confess and ask for forgiveness, ask for forgiveness. In Islam, if you sin, look, what did he just say right here? In Islam, the consequences for sinning are much more severe, but also good for society. The penalty for a broken oath is to feed 10 poor people, to feed 10 poor people from what you normally feed your own family, or to clothe them, or to free a bondsperson, which is a female prisoner of war slave. Also, if you have sex with your wife during Ramadan, you have to free a bondswoman. A lot of these punishments are like, go pay alms tax, which is like, go give money to the needy and the poor people. There is none of that in Christianity. I mean, like, yes, Christians do, like, give back to, like, homeless people and poor people and the needy, but it is not, like, a requirement. It is not, like, I don't think, unless, I haven't read the actual Bible. I plan to read the actual Bible at some point, but, I just love that the consequences for a lot of this sin is, okay, go help the poor then. Okay, go give all your money to poor people. Okay, go feed the poor people. Like, honestly, I think we need to talk to the politicians and we need to make that law in this country, because you want to do something, you want to steal? How about we chop your hands off? That's a little, honestly, it's not crazy, because to me, I believe in an eye for an eye, but you want to steal? Okay, you need to go feed 10 poor people. I rock with that too. Honestly, there's something about this book, y'all. Like, I see it. Okay. I get it, y'all. Hello. Welcome to Crime Book Club. Another thing that I just read that I find interesting that I did not know before is the definition of, like, forbidden foods and what is considered, I believe the term is halal and what is not. I always thought it was no pig, no gelatin. That was the rule. This actually says, forbidden to you are carrion, blood, and swine. What is slaughtered in the name of any other god, which makes sense to me. What is killed, this is what's really interesting to me. Forbidden to you are what is killed by strangling, beating, a fall, or being gored to death, what is partly eaten by a predator unless you slaughter it, and what is sacrificed on altars. I did not know any of that about, like, the way, this is chapter 5, verse 3. I had no idea that there was anything about, like, the treatment of the animal or, like, how ethically it was killed. I didn't know that that had anything to do with it. So that's honestly super cool to me, because I feel like, again, that is not the flow that most Americans and most Christians have been on. So yeah, rock on. Also says right here, oh believers, intoxicants, gambling. idols and drawing lots for decisions, which drawing lots is referenced as like back in this time period, people would make decisions, they would draw straws basically, and it was like a yes, a no, or like a something else, which seems like a crazy way to make decisions if you ask me. Intoxicants makes sense. I know a lot of Muslims that do. All Muslims I know don't drink, don't smoke, don't whatever. Which I think that's a good rule to follow. Don't drink, clear mind, yeah. No gambling is what gets me. I love that. No gambling, because I feel like, as someone who's not religious, I agree gambling is the work of the devil. My sister and I say all the time that the devil lives at casinos. Love it.